Yeah, that's basically that scripture right there. Matter of fact, let me read it again. It says, "Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on the pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, If thou be the Son of the Most High, cast thyself down. Where it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dashest thy foot against a stone." So that's talking about Yahawashi basically showing integrity.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He was an example of showing integrity, of being tempted and not basically selling out. You know what I mean? Like the guy was the brother. I'm saying using that term. You know what I mean? He was talking about the music and all that stuff. But a lot of times our people, you know, they might, you know, sell out this. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean.
But no, it's a good thing that you talked about integrity there. You know what I'm saying? Because the guy, he seemed okay. All right. Here's the scripture. Let's see if I can find it.
Or you see, even just that example, not to keep going back to this, but you know, you
okay.
see how his how can I say this?
Demeanor.
I mean,
or his
I'm trying to think of the word,
like
terminology. The way he conduct his conduct.
Yeah.
He didn't just like you know you could tell he was Christian or whatever.
Oh,
but he didn't come up just interrupting us.
Yeah.
I knew this and what's this and you know what I mean. He didn't
hold to
like
show what he knew, basically. You know what I mean? He was humble.
He didn't say what does this mean, what does that mean.
Right. He wasn't in a challenging spirit then.
He waited for the opportunity, asked his question. You know what I mean? Said shalom and went on his way. Not you know what I mean down the street like scoffing and all this shit like that.
But this is if you can get this to Romans chapter 10, starting at verse 2, because he's a perfect example of that scripture right there. The book of Romans chapter 10, starting at verse 2.
Romans chapter 10 verse 2. It said, "For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge."
That you had a zeal. You understand what I'm saying? He came up wanting to learn something. He said he knew things, but he wanted to learn something. Read that again.
It says, "For I bear them record." I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahawah, but not according to knowledge.
But it's not according to knowledge. My man talking about continuing to make music, hustling on the street. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I said, Lord willing, you're going to be up here with us. You hear what he said right before he walked up? Well, I'm trying to make a Christian album or something like that. You know what I mean? These things are not what the Lord is looking for. We're trying to tell you what the Lord is looking for. You know what I mean? So my thing is, he had that zeal, but Lord willing, he's going to wake up. And he's going to come out of that Christianity stuff and come back to being who he really is. All right? According to the scriptures, according to the understanding, if it be the Lord's will from the understanding. Got it? So, Romans chapter 10, verse 2, huh? Yeah, continue on.
All right. It said, "For they being ignorant of Yahawah's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahawah."
That's it. And that's always going to be the problem with our people, man. No matter how sincere a lot of them seem to be, it's like they've gone to establish their own righteousness, man. I'm trying to spread the word with this music, but you're listening to the music right now with us talking. All right, we're singing like me and this brother was going over it earlier. We're singing that song, okay? But as the scriptures have said, none can understand the song but the 144,000 that the Lord chose to understand that song, that elect. The 144,000 and that innumerable multitude that he chose.
Oh shit, sorry. It said, for Hamashiach is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believeth. Yeah, basically like, faith, we're under the law of Hamashiach. You know what I mean? If we're under the law, the penalty would be death. So, you know what I'm saying? If somebody sins, the penalty would be death. But that's why, you know what I'm saying, we're under grace.
Right. That's why the scriptures say. That's why the scriptures say if the Lord. That's why the scriptures say if we were bound to the law, right, then we will be doomed to do the whole law, because we can't do the whole law in this setup. All right. If we were bound to the law, then Yahawashi died in vain. So, like the brother said, by Yahawashi sacrificing himself, he basically was the one that granted us our grace through that sacrifice. And in turn, us out here making that reasonable sacrifice, we're making our calling to election sure, so that that grace would be sufficient for us in the sense that we would be saved. We're looking for salvation at the end of the day. All right, we're not under the illusion that we are saved, that we are free. We're not free. We're still slaves. Okay, we're looking to be free from our enslaved state. Good.
So verse 5, it says, "For Moses described the righteousness which is of the law, that the man which doeth those things shall live by them. But the righteousness which is of faith speaketh on this wise, saying, Slacker, say not in thine heart, who shall ascend in heaven, that is to bring Hamashiach down from above, or who shall descend into the deep, that is to bring up Hamashiach again from the dead. But what saith it? The word is nigh thee, even in thy mouth and in thy heart. That is the word of faith which we preach. That if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Yahawashi and shalt believe in thy heart that Yahawah hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved." And that's going into, the faith that we have in Yahawashi. And that's not saying, like, we always say, that's not saying, you could just sin or whatever, because Yahawashi is our example. Yahawashi wouldn't, he wouldn't just be sinning willfully or whatever.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 48, starting at verse 1. "Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of the Lord Yahawah, and make mention of the power of Israel, but not in truth nor in righteousness." That's a hypocrite. Alright? Continuing on. "For they call themselves the holy city, and stay themselves upon the power of Israel. The Lord Yahawah of hosts is his name." Verse 3, "I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I shewed them, I did them suddenly, and they came to pass." Verse 4, "Because I knew that thou art abstinent, and thy neck is an iron sinew, and thy brow brass." Okay? So
Nice reading, man. Nice reading.
So basically, yeah, alluding back to that dude that was up here, man. The neck, what's that all about? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's our people. They like the scriptures I just read here in Isaiah chapter 48, verse 1, right? They make mention of the Lord, but not in truth nor righteousness. Who the heck is Yeshua? Who's that guy? You see what I'm saying? Who's Jesus Christ? Who is that guy? And then look, he swore he was deep. He said, yeah, you talking about Cesare Borgia. I'm like, I went back before Cesare Borgia. I went all the way back during the time of Ptolemy, bruh. Serapis Christos, man. Okay, you're not deep. You profess the name, but you don't even profess it in truth or righteousness. Everybody has a chance. Everybody knows. We have already read in Revelations, if they be wicked, let them be wicked still. If they be unjust, let them be unjust still, because they've already been given their portion in this life. It was already destined for them to be destroyed, taken down. All right, that's why the Lord said that about them. Okay, simple math.
Psalms chapter 40, verse 1. It says, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. Which, like, we're supposed, like, it says, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. One of the things, we're supposed to be doing is like praying, because the Lord, he does listen to our prayers, and he does answer them and hear us. You know what I mean? That's something that, praying actually, helps with this. You know what I mean? That's something we should be doing. And he says, and, really earnestly, breaking down, telling the Lord, even though he knows what we need before we say it, telling him what we need. It says, he brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. And basically, me and his brother will be talking about how, we prayed to the Most High, and he basically changed our situation. Stuff that we go through on a day-to-day basis, the Most High basically, he helps us, you know what I'm saying? So it says, verse 3, it says, and he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord. It said, blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. So it says, and he put a new song in my mouth, and a new song is talking about the gospel, the good news. He put a new song in my mouth. That's why, just like the guy was saying, we used to, I used to write spoken word poetry, call myself trying to be the next, Nas or whatever, or something like that, but that's it says, and he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto Yahawah. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord. Blessed is the man that maketh the Lord his trust, and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. So, we don't respect the proud, we don't respect Esau, and we basically turn it back to the Most High.
We don't respect these 2/3 niggas that's underneath Esau's sway either. That come out here acting like they big shots because they got Esau's degree. They working at Esau's plantation with a
Oh yeah, that's the first.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, that's why they say they use that to protect their bodies when they fucking dip constantly. No, but we don't respect the proud, man. All of you out here that's so proud in your ability, all right, because you have got some damn degree from some ridiculous school, and you working in a plantation and you're basically a wage slave with a title. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's gonna destroy you, all right? Because you're proud in heart. You don't respect the proud, and the scriptures tell you that the Lord resisteth the proud, but show favor unto the lowly.
You gotta pay up to 12 a.m. After 12 a.m. they tow at every part. So you pay up to 12 a.m.
So Baruch chapter 4 verse 18, it says, for he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hand of your enemies.
That's the Lord of hosts. He delivered us into these plagues because we forsook him. All right? But he's going to deliver us out of these plagues. All right? Because as a people, we are his portion and he has mercy. Scripture says that the Lord will not keep anger forever. All right? We were brought here not for our destruction, but because we drove the Lord to wrath. Huh?
Slide this up. Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of Yahawah, and the laws that endure forever, all they that keep it shall come to life, and such as leave it shall die.
That's right. All them that keep it shall come to life. All right, because this word is life. All right, that's why this word is known as the living water. Okay, and what are the wages of sin? Death. Read that again.
It's Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of Yahawah, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
Right, because if thou leave the law, what do you leave? What are you entering into when you leave the law? You enter into sin. And what are the wages of sin? The wages of sin is death. Like the brother just got done saying, underneath the law, we be dead. We die. Because we cannot keep the law perfect. Alright? We cannot keep the law perfect in this setup. So that's the understanding of that.
It's up Baruch chapter 4, verse 23. For I send you out with mourning and weeping, but Yahawah will send but the Most High will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. Like as now the neighbor of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from my power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. So that's talking about how you know the other nations, they see Israel in a low state, but soon the Most High is gonna bring us back to our higher level that we should be on, or that we're eventually gonna be on. And I mean, we can see this. The Most High basically gave us the ability to see this, whereas the majority of our people they can't see that vision. It's like boring. It's unrealistic to me.
I mean, you're right. Like the scriptures tell you, the scriptures say, a carnal man cannot understand the things that are spiritual. You see what I'm saying? If you can find it out. The carnal man has no understanding of things that are spiritual. You know what I'm saying? The things that are spiritual are forced to set to a carnal man. Right? And that's what's wrong with our people. Our people are steeped, are deeply rooted in carnality. Especially mainly the 2/3. 2/3 are carnal as hell. So they're not, like the brother said, so they're not going to see that vision, man. They're not going to see that salvation. Alright? A lot of our people are comfortable in the thought process that, hey, they're always going to be in this captivity. They don't believe that there's a salvation, okay? So at the end of the day, guess what that means for them? Eventually they're going to pass away. They're going to be destroyed. They have no faith. That's by design. There you bring that.
So 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
They're spiritually discerned. Once again, they're dust in the wind by design. Okay? Read that one more time.
It's 1 Corinthians 2 and 14. It says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
That's right. Neither can he know them, for he is spiritually discerned. He does not have he basically does not have, like the brothers talking about, that gift.
What's the the gift that we have is the Holy Spirit. What's the Holy Spirit understanding of what the scriptures are? They don't a natural man, a cardinal man would not understand it. That's why the next scripture right here, it says, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man.
He himself is judged of no man. And why is that? Because the spiritual man is going to be set up as the head over the carnal man.
No such thing as God.
But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man, for whom he hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him, but we have the mind of Mashiach. That's why that dude is fucking walking down the street, smoking cigarettes, killing his fucking self.
Talking about some old God is not real.
I mean, not to say cardinal and shit. Yeah, I was waiting for that motherfucker to smoke cigarettes. I started to say popular. I'm like, yo, this nigga.
Trust me, the spirit done already. You see, the spirit done already dealt with characters like that. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yo, I ain't even pay him no mind. I'm sitting here like, man.
He's no threat to nobody. Like, come on. Like the scripture say, the fool have said in their heart, there is no God. Okay, that's a fool. There is no God. Don't believe
Different things
this
outside.
guy's a fool.
You know, like
He's been shaken to and fro. You feel what I'm saying? As a drunkard, and it's basically of no avail. His whole thought process is thrown. He's gone. You got a scripture out there? Probably gonna get hit by a bus or something like that. Somewhere down the line. I wouldn't.
Or he's gonna say that shit to the wrong
To
person.
the wrong person.
They gonna be more drunken than him.
Okay. Alright. You got something else on? I got something.
Salakia. Psalms 148 and 14. It said he also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel. A people near unto him, praise ye the Lord.
People near unto him. We are a people near unto the Lord. Alright? That's what makes this thing so sweet. Despite all the suffering that we're going through, bro. You know what I mean? We are near unto the Lord. Read that again.
It said, he also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him, praise ye the Lord.
That's it. He exalted the horn of his people. And that's going to come into fruition in the kingdom. Okay? What is that word horn talking about? That word horn there relates to power. Okay? He's going to exalt his people, starting with his elect. Alright? But first things first, this kingdom got to go down. And us coming out here preaching this truth, that's the beginning of this kingdom crumbling. Alright? Us exposing this devil and revealing your identity, so-called black man, so-called Puerto Rican man, so-called Native American man. That's the beginning of the downfall of the setup. Alright?
This is Psalms chapter 145 and 17. It said, the Lord is righteous in all his ways and holy in all his works. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth. Yeah, it's talking about, calling upon the Lord in truth. You know what I mean? The Lord is going to listen to you.
But how do you call upon the Lord in truth? The very first thing that has to happen is you have to believe in the Lord. Okay? Like, you have to believe. You know what I mean? You have to believe that his works are of truth. You got to believe that the Lord is of righteousness, of light. Alright? You have to believe. You know what I mean? That's one of the very core things. But the core thing of it is you have to be chosen. Alright? You have to be chosen. For the Lord to hear you, the Lord has had to ordain it for you to be heard. Okay? This is not a thing of anybody and anything can enter. No. We're not with that. This is only for the elect of the nation of Israel. Alright? Bottom line. Ultimately, like the brother said earlier, all Israel is going to be saved ultimately. But the beginning of the kingdom is the elect, the first fruits. Alright?
It says, It says, he will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry and will save them. The Lord preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy.
But all the wicked, he will. How much more clear can we make that? He will destroy the wicked and preserve his elect, those that love him. All right. Oh man, I don't see how much more clearly we can make that. How much time we got? 5 minutes. All right. Yeah, we got it out.
It's Proverbs chapter 1 verse 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
That's right. Because at the end of the day, the wise man's the aim of the wise man is to live. So he's going to attain unto wisdom and wise counsel. Okay? He's going to attain unto that which is going to be profitable and beneficial for him and for them that he cares for. Okay? Continue that.
It says the fear of the Lord, it's like verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Right. Fools despise wisdom. Why? Because the reason why that is because fools despise reproach. Fools. Remember what the scripture say? Remember what the scripture said that we read earlier? It says the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the house of the fool is in the house of mirth. Read what you have again, bro. One more quick time.
It says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
And fools despise wisdom and instruction because fools despise reproach. They think they're above reproach. Their only aim is to discover themselves, as scriptures have said. All right. Anything else? Yeah. Go ahead.
It's Proverbs chapter 1 verse 20. It said, wisdom cried without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. It said, turn you and my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and ye refused. I stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Like how you see now, you know what I'm saying? You got only a few, you count on one hand how many
People stop and listen. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, this dude's, I ain't trying to tell
But
I mean, the Most High, you know what I'm saying? We working with people. They hearing what we're saying. I mean, but that's how the Spirit works. It's not about how many people stop and listen or whatever.
Because at the end of the day, right? Look at it this way, right? You had them guys that was saying, oh yeah, Yahawashi do miracles or whatever the case is, right? But what did Yahawashi say to the majority of them? Yahawashi said to the majority of them, thou forsook me because thou atest of the loaves. You see what I'm saying? That's what our people are looking for, instant gratification. Alright? When you teach them gratification, yeah, you're gonna see a crowd of people. Because at the end of the day, hey, guess what? They were satisfied with those loaves and they're looking for more. Alright?
Yeah, that's why we look to the church to see because
they're not saying nothing of any type of real, you know what I'm saying, truth. They're just preaching a lot of prosperity. It's all about, the Lord wants to give you a brand new house. The Lord wants to give you a brand new car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dumb shit. Get it.
It said, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
Yep.
When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you.
And the Lord's going to be laughing through his prophets. We're going to be cracking the hell up when a lot of you start catching your instructions, man. We're going to be dying. It's gonna be hard for us to catch our breath in that day. All right, watching you get burnt up in your houses, watching you run outside for safety just to get caught by some kind of flying object, we're gonna be rolling. Because look at what's going on now. Everybody's walking around like, hey, ain't nothing, everything good. You got people looking at us with this scornful look. You got guys in their minds wanting to beat us down because they don't like what we have to say. And then you got Bull. I know you did not want to have to mention them again, but that right there just was ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? You guys is teaching.
It was embarrassing.
It was really embarrassing. Yo, that was the second. They had the nerve to call himself an Israelite. That was the worst part of the whole deal. You're an Israelite, but at the end of the day, you got this feminine ass spirit. Oh, you not teaching milk. Teach milk. What do you mean teach milk? What are you trying to tell us to do here?
I mean, yo, we just opened up like 5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah. And then what's worse, we talked the most basic shit there is to know. Why are we? Yeah, the curses. Why are we in this captivity? Why are we going through these curses? Because we sinned against the That's basic. But no, man, our people ain't gonna understand this. We gotta give them the milk. And they had the raw nerve to sit there and say, "Oh no, you guys are teaching angst." Oh, no, not even that. You guys are teaching separation. Stop. Please. All right. You can go hang out with your Catholicist buddies. We're not with the bullshit, okay? All right, you got it. Just go ahead and go from there.
I mean,
Yeah.
It says, for that they hated knowledge. I'm sorry. It said, then, Proverbs 1:28, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They with none of my counsel, they despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and will be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil.
That's it. Got it, bro. That's it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's basically, the gospel that we're preaching. That's why the Lord sent us out here, because, this had to be told so that, the elect could be sealed through the spirit of Yahawashi.
That's it.
So, with that, I mean, this was simple. You know what I'm saying? The gospel is simple. And, with that, all praises to Yahawashi, Bahashem, Kodash Rakah. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to all the sincere Akim, teaching in true sincerity, trying to endure unto the end. And,
That's my best.
keeping their garments. Shalom.
Shalom.